In today's class of chemistry, I have to teach you about the electrochemical cell and Gibbs free energy of the reaction. So there will be a relation between them, and on the basis of the relation, numericals are asked in the examination. That's why see it and understand it clearly. So be careful while listening the lecture. Now, unlike heat energy, the electrical energy can be quantitatively converted into work. Therefore, electrical energy is equal to the product of EMF of the cell and electrical charge that flows through the external wire. Here W elect means W electrical is equal to maximum work is equal to EMF multiplied by electrical charge which flow through the wire. For an electrochemical reaction in which n moles of electrons are transferred in the cell reaction, charge flowing through the wire is equal to Nf. When n moles of electrons are transferred in the cell reaction, then charge flowing through the wire will be equal to Nf. If E cell is the EMF of the cell, then W maximum will be Nf into E cell. That is equation 1. From thermodynamic concept or from thermodynamics, we know that delta G for a reaction is a measure of the maximum useful work that can be obtained from a chemical reaction. Thus, delta G is equal to maximum work. Equation 2, comparing equation 1 and 2, you will get delta G is equal to Nf E cell. Nf E cell. Here, work is done on the surroundings as electrical energy flows through the external circuit. From the concept of thermodynamics, such work by convention is taken as negative. Thus, delta G is equal to minus Nf E cell. For comparing different cells, the standard potentials are used, that is E naught cell. The corresponding free energy change is called standard free energy change, that is delta G naught. When we will use the standard cell potential, then automatically it will become delta G naught free energy change. Hence, the equation can be written as delta G naught is equal to minus Nf E naught cell. The significance of the above equation lies in the fact that it helps us to predict the feasibility of the cell reaction. For a cell reaction to be a spontaneous delta G naught must be negative. This means that E naught cell must be positive for a spontaneous cell reaction. We know that at equilibrium E naught cell is equal to RT by NF ln Kc. So this will become 2.303 RT by NF log Kc. Now NF E naught cell is equal to 2.303 RT log Kc. Multiplying both sides by minus, we get minus NF E naught cell is equal to minus 2.303 RT log Kc. Minus NF E naught cell is equal to delta G naught. Just it has been written above it. So again you have the another relation. Here is the first relation, delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught cell. Here is the second relation, delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303 RT log Kc. So with these two relation, numericals are asked. One simple numerical for example has been solved here. When you will see it, you will become clear that how the numerical is asked on the basis of such type of relations. For this, I will send the material through PDF file. You will see it. Now, the Faraday's law of electrolysis. So during electrolysis, we know that during electrolysis of an electrolyte through electrolytic cell, amount of substance gets deposited at the electrodes. So the relation between the quantity of charge passed through an electrolyte and the amount of the substance deposited at the electrodes forms the basis of two important laws known as Faraday's law of electrolysis. So it has been observed from the after experiment, Faraday has obtained the things which was expressed by Faraday according to in the form of two laws, which are given below. First law: the mass of a substance deposited or liberated at any electrode is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity passed through the electrolyte. That is, it will become clear from this example. If W is the mass of substance in grams produced at the electrode by passing a charge Q in coulombs, then W is proportional to Q, that is W proportional to IT, means Q is equal to IT, I means that is current in ampere, T is the time in second, and it becomes equal to ZIT, where Z is known as proportionality constant, which is called electrochemical equivalent. Means in this relation, this proportionality constant Z has been given a special name, that is electrochemical equivalent. Now if I is equal to 1 ampere and T is equal to 1 second, then the W will become Z. So electrochemical equivalent can be defined as the ECE of a substance is the amount of substance liberated at the electrode when 1 ampere current is passed through the electrolyte for 1 second. So this is the definition of the ECE. On the basis of this, when the current will be 1 ampere and time will be 1 second, then W will become equal to Z with the help of this equation. So see here, when this will become 1, this become 1, automatically Z will become equal to W. Now let us take an example of a reaction this much, in which suppose A is the atomic mass of this M element and N is the valency and also the number of moles of electrons taking part in the reaction, then charge of 1 mole of electrons will be this 1.602 into 10 to the minus 19 coulomb, that is the number of mole, and when you will multiply these all things you will get 96472, but for convention it is taken 96500 C always. So 1 Faraday, which is equal to 1 Faraday. So 1 Faraday will become equal to what? 96500 coulomb. Now N into 96500 coulomb of charge will deposit a gram of element according to the equation. This must see here N Faraday. So N Faraday is required to deposit the mass according to the atomic mass of the element. Here is what? Here is the mass of the element equal to the atomic mass in gram. Now, so 1 coulomb of charge will deposit how much? This much, A by N into 96500 gram of element, but 1 C of charge deposits mass of element is equal to Z gram according to the definition. Just I taught you according to the definition of the electrochemical equivalent. When 1 coulomb of charge is passed, that deposits the mass, that will become equal to the Z. So here Z is, so 1 coulomb Z is again equal to the this much Z. Then so Z will become to this A by this much, because 1 coulomb is equivalent to this much. 1 coulomb by definition is equivalent to Z. So Z will become equal to this much, and this relation will come in the form of this. So, and this is what? E. E stands for equivalent mass. So equivalent mass can be calculated by multiplying 96500 with Z, and Z is what? That is electrochemical equivalent. So you have a relation between electrochemical equivalent and the equivalent mass. See here, this will help you in solving the numericals. Now, Faraday's second law of electrolysis. It has been told in the second law that when the same quantity of charge is passed through the solutions of different electrolytes connected in a series, the masses of the substances deposited at respective electrodes are directly proportional to their equivalent masses. See here, with the help of example, if same quantity of electricity is passed through the cells A and B connected in a series containing AgNO3 and CuSO4, means is the container A contains AgNO3 and B contains CuSO4, and the same quantity of charge, that is Q charge, is passed through the cell, and these two cells are connected, or voltammeters or the containers are connected in a series, then what happens? Then the ratio of their masses is equal to the ratio of their equivalent masses, or the ratio of their ECE. So this is the second law. Mass of copper, but a mass of Ag, but electrochemical equivalent of copper, but by mass of ECE. This is mass of copper by mass of Ag is equal to the ratio of the ECE of Cu to the ratio of ECE to copper, ECE of copper by ECE of silver, which is equivalent to the will be equal to the ratio of equivalent mass of copper and equivalent mass of silver here. So this can be proved on the basis of the first law of Faraday's law, on this basis. Suppose W1 is the mass in a container, W2 is the mass in second container, then W1 will be equal to QZ1, W2 will be equal to QZ2, W1 by W2 will become QZ1 by QZ2, that is Z1 by Z2, and just you have learned the relation Z is equal to E by 965. So E1 by 96500 by E2 by 96500, which will become E1 by E2. So you have the relation in this manner, means mass of copper by mass of silver is equal to electrochemical equivalent of copper by electrochemical equivalent of silver, that is will be equal to the equivalent mass of copper by equivalent mass of silver. So on this basis, this is the idea, this is the concept of about the Faraday's first law of electrolysis and Faraday's second law of electrolysis. That's so you will know the for more details you see the materials which I am going to send you in your WhatsApp through the PDF file. See here.